Good afternoon. I am checking if this is working. Okay, it's working. I'm going to check if the sound is working well. If this is working. Yes, it's working well. Julie Figueroa. Am I the only one here? Where is Carlos? I am here, Julie. Where are you from, Julie? I thought I started 6:45 o'clock. Where are you from, Julie? All right. Irma Sofia Gabi. Again, I should do this in Spanish. And the reason... Rose is here. I am busted. I stole the theme of the day. I didn't know what to talk about. And I stole it from Rosie. So if you see in the news, Lopez versus Caridad, she is filing a lawsuit against me. Now I have to take responsibility of my actions. Let's see what happens. If you don't see me around Rosie anymore, you know what happened. I am doing this subject because we were talking with Rosie about this today. Actually, not specifically, but it's a good idea. This is a subject that is not old because its pattern repeats again and again. And I need to tell you that this happened to me. One of the things that I'm going to talk, that happened to me. So I know it from the inside out. I'm going to start with something, a movie that I watched long time ago. It was George Clooney, the hottest 50, 60 years old man, I don't know. Now he has to compete with me. I think the movie was up in the air. And even artists, people in the entertainment movie, they know this, but they do it again and again and again. So the movie, more or less, thank you for sharing with other people. I really appreciate. Even though my throat is much better, I think I was talking too much today. No, I didn't talk too much. I talked good enough. So, in the movie, George Clooney is a businessman, and in an airport, he meets this beautiful woman, and they end up making love. Let's put it that way. From then on, he likes to do this trip because he meets with this woman, and they have a good time making love in different cities when they get together. So George Clooney started having feelings. Well, no brainer, but being in love with this woman. And he's able to track her down. And one night, evening, she knocks at the door where she's living. She opens the door and she gets scared. And he sees kids and another man, the husband and the kids of this woman. And they are shocked. And George Clooney, the actor, hola Chela, I know you're there, that she's married. So this casual encounter, so loving and full of entertainment and happiness, is cut in a second. And then they get together again, and she said, well, I am bored in this relationship, so I never told you I was married. But the relationship, of course, ends, and the actor George Clooney with a broken heart. So this is a Hollywood movie. Even actors and actresses, that they have affairs all the time between each other. They know that affairs never end up in a good place. So the first thing that is important to understand, because I'm going to talk about 3 situations that I know. When we are in a relationship, whether it's marriage, romantic relationship, romantic partner of any kind other than marriage. And we don't feel well with our couple. We don't feel that we love that person anymore. And if we don't feel that we love that person anymore, means that we didn't water this plant, which is a romantic relationship, enough so that could flourish. You don't get bored. Actually, it grows. That's the meaning of a romantic relationship, especially when you get married. You both have to grow. Read the book of Andrea Agassi, the tennis player. I don't remember the name, but in one of the tournaments, he meets the German girl that he's married to. Let me see, anyone knows? Stephanie Graf. And Stephanie was dating Boris Baker, but Andrea Agassi liked her very much. Maybe he was in love with her. But Andrea Agassi didn't tell her or seduce her to have a romance when she was with another man. One day in one of the tournaments, he asked, like a gentleman, how are the things with Boris, her boyfriend? And she said, well, they're okay. And he tells her, if you are not going anywhere in your relationship, you're not going anywhere. Just that. He didn't tell her, hey, have a romance with me. Hey, leave your boyfriend and come with me. No, he was a gentleman. He wanted her to understand, if you are in a relationship and you are not going anywhere, you are not growing, you are not happy, you are not enjoying life and sharing with others, it's not going anywhere. Sometime later, Stephanie left Boris Becker. She got together in a romantic relationship with Andrea Agassi, but she left the relationship. She didn't say, I'm going to try and have an affair with Andrea to see if he's better than my boyfriend. No, he did the right thing, left the relationship, they are friends, and wait for Andrea to say, I am single again, and they are happily married. And the love that they have for each other, you can see it in the videos, how proud Andrea is of his wife. So anyway, it's extremely important when we are in a relationship. It could be business. You're doing business with someone, don't go and do business around with other person that is hurting your business. Sooner or later, your business partner will know, and everything will go down the drain, to the toilet, whatever. With friends is again. If you have a friend, you won't ever betray the friend. But if you have a friend and start talking bad about your friend with someone else, well, sooner or later, they feel the energy, even if they don't know, and that friendship will end. So we don't do those things. The teaching is to live. If you have any questions, it's not that I'm an expert on family and marriage counselor, but I think I am, because I know those things very well energetically. And energetically, I'm going to go back to my, okay, here we go. My favorite pictures. When we are in a romantic relationship, we have energy cords, which is normal. And if we are in one romantic relationship, here is the other one. in a romantic relationship, and we try to be having an affair, this is for tomorrow, don't forget this, Rosie's session tomorrow at 6:30. And if we are in a romantic relationship and we try, because we want to experiment the war, to have an affair with someone else, is what this picture shows. This picture shows that They are together in a romantic relationship, but they are courts with someone else. I'm not saying that everyone has this court with someone else, but if you are in a relationship and start having feelings romantic with someone else, you need to heal the relationship or leave the relationship. And in this relationship, let's say that the man is having romantic thoughts with someone else, the woman will know, even if there is not a physical affair. So this is the reason we need to heal first, and I'm going to tell a few stories. I met this person, a young guy, and I did a session and I found tons and tons and tons of energy blockages, spirit attachments, non-human spirit attachment, you name it. And then, when I told him my findings, I didn't tell him, you are smoking and anything, drugs and doing drugs with absolutely everything that is around under the sun. I didn't tell him. I wanted to tell him in a nice way to say his face. I say, well, those are the energy blockages, attachments, and so on that comes when you are in contact with people that are smoking marijuana. And after a while, he told me, Carlos, I did excess of everything. All the drugs that were on my hands for a good period of time. And then I told him, I gave the regular speech, you get these toxic energies when you get drunk, do drugs, have intimacy with someone who has toxic energies, connect with the spirits, Ouija board, tarot cards. And when I said intimate with people with relation with other person who has a toxic, very toxic energy blockage, he said, oh my God. I said, well, I was sleeping with a different girl every week. And a lot, he told me. I was shocked that he was telling me all those things. So what I found in this man is the results of drugs and sleeping around. And his life, his young, started being a mess. And then he tells me, well, I am in love with this girl. After this, and she's, we are waiting to live our life. And when we settle down, we are getting to get together and get married and have our children. I said, but my friend, if you are in love with a woman, you are going to wait for her. What you are doing is not right. And he didn't see it. Hello, Sylvia, how are you? I'm going to visit you soon. Finally, amen. Michael, Moldura, welcome. Because this, Lalo Lopez. Lalo, thank you for being here. 2 men. So, how can you explain that the man is in love with someone else, thinking to marry her and have family and children, and sleeping around with, a lot, like he told me, too many women? So, do you think that at any point of his life that relationship will work? It's all a fantasy. So, my friends, being tempted with sex, with drugs, with alcohol, with money, with power, it's okay to be tempted. Hola, Lalo, un abrazo. It's okay to be tempted. We all are tempted with things. It doesn't mean that we have to indulge on every single temptation. If we are going to a party and somebody offers me marijuana that I was offered in a party, I say, no, I don't do that. And then that girl, month later, like a year later, I say, why are you against that? And explain for this, and this. And her life is not working. If I go to a party and my friends invite me to drink wine, I say, no, I don't drink wine. I don't feel any attraction for wine. And just the fact that knowing that drugs, even smoking marijuana once, damage brain cells. And when we drink alcohol, it's damaging the brain cells. We don't notice that because we have billions and billions of cells. We are using 5% or less. I have hola Blanca, un abrazo. I have friends, 3 friends that actually I got the honor and the pleasure to have dinner a few weeks ago, I know that they are using much more than 3-5%. 5% of people very intelligent. These people are using maybe, I don't know, 10 or more, or much more. So why are we going to do something that is damaging our brain? Going back to the story. This woman was my client. She was sent to me because a psychic told her to come to me. She gave even my name when she didn't even know. I don't recommend psychics. I had a new client yesterday. She was pretty much in big trouble. Hola, Nali, ¿cómo te va? And she told me I've been all psychics that you could ever imagine, some of them very good. And I asked her, after seeing all these psychics and spending a lot of money, did you get any healing? She's in a messy state now, and she told me no. Anyway, this woman was suggested by a psychic to come to see me to get healing, because going for a reading to a psychic is zero healing, zero like that. So she came and she told me I'm not happy with my marriage, and I met this man. And she came 6 months later. Well, I met this man and I like him. She didn't tell me I am having an affair. I suspected, but it's her life. And I told her, don't get involved with a married man. You are married, he's married. This is a recipe for disaster. If you get involved romantically having sex with a married man, he's using you. Literally, plainly, he's using you. And he tells you, well, why don't you leave your wife? I don't leave my wife because I love her. That's bullshit. You know, I never used this word, but I will say it today. Not another time. It's plain BS. If you love someone, you are loyal to someone. And if you love someone and you are in love with someone else, you are going to tell this lover, boyfriend, wife, you know, I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. And avoid the pain of all those things. Hola, Nali. So anyway, after I told her, don't be involved romantically with a married man. If you are married, you heal your marriage or you leave your marriage, but don't do that, because you're going to go through a lot of suffering. 6 months later, the husband calls me and tells me, my wife left me and she confessed she's with another man. Anyway, the other thing, and I have another story, very similar, a woman that is with this man, have children, and this man is not the father of the children, but the children love him, and he was contemplating another relationship, and that was told to me from another healer. This healer suggested the same things I am telling you. You heal your marriage or you leave your marriage and then move on in life. Otherwise, queda la fregada. There is a mess that is left there. Hola, Lino, ¿cómo te va? So, they didn't listen, and now they are in a mess. The stories that I tell you, they are now in big trouble. So, my friends, being tempted is something from everyday life. Many times we are tempted by dark forces because they know we are doing well, and the dark forces, the dark energy, acts in a way that make us think that is right. The darkness is almost right, but it's not. They tempt us with this idea that you are going to be happy, that you are going to have fun and be happy again. She will make you happy, he will make you happy, and then queda la fregada. It leaves a mess. Yes, Lino, is on Thursdays. Los jueves es en español. Or tomorrow with Rosie. Tuesdays, I always do it in English. So tomorrow, Rosie, and Thursday at the same time, I do it in Spanish. So, This is basic 101 in romantic relationship. There is something about loyalty. I heard an audio presentation of a very wise monk that I met. I had the honor and the pleasure to meet and talk to him in a few occasions. And he said, loyalty is the highest spiritual quality. And loyalty means be loyal with your friends, be loyal with your boss, be loyal with your employees, be loyal with your romantic partner. Hola Rosalía Nares, hoy es en inglés, mañana Rosy en español, el jueves lo hago en español. Un abrazo grande a ti y a tu esposo. Y nos vemos en marzo en Purepero. So, loyalty is the highest spiritual quality that we have to have. And when we are in certain way, in one aspect in our life, for example, loyal in our marriage, in a romantic relationship, guess what? You are going to be loyal with your friends, with your employee, in business, with anything that you do. But the most important thing, you are going to be loyal with yourself, with your higher self. And that's the key. When we are loyal to ourselves, we are loyal with God and the laws of the universe. They are universal laws. If we think that we are going to do something because nobody's seeing us, God is not somebody with a whip or with a stick that is going to hit us if we do something that is not right. We are hurting ourselves. All right, I know I went over because I can talk for a long time. In summary, my friends, in any kind of relationship, instead of doing something that is not right, do something in the back, first we need to be loyal and avoid the pain of our partner, friend, business partner, boyfriend, wife, whatever. Have the guts, like today this healer told me. I told my client says, I didn't leave the relationship because we bought the house together, we lived for so many years, and this healer told her, my dear, sell the house, sell the house and be free. That's the key, we need to be free. And we are developing chains with everyone around us. Why do we want to be chained to all these people? We don't even want to be chained with our romantic relationship because we do it from a deep feeling of love. Be changed means that there are toxic things like I owe you, own you, you are mine, you are my, like I dislike when in Argentina they say mi señora. That is my wife, like saying she's mine. No, we are together. We are equal. Hola Maria. Nasnin, you show up. I would like to see you one day. Are you practicing Reiki? You are a great healer and you don't even know it. You need to practice. Mateus. How are you, Mateus? Big hi. So, what was I saying? I can talk about this for a while, and it's never too much, because at some point of our life, we are going to, this is important thing. We go to a healer. Oh my gosh, I am sweaty. I think I'm talking too much. All right, we go to a healer, a good healer, like Rosie. I understand English. Oh, fantastic, Rosalia. And the healer removes all our energy blockages. Let me see, where are they? So after the session with this good healer, we have no energy blockages. What does it mean? That we are saints, that we are the super men? No, that means that we are free to make the right decisions in life. We are in a point that we are free to see the future. No, not the future, I'm sorry. What do we need to do next? We can go to the left, to the right, we can go up, or we can go down. We choose that. So if we go to an energy healer for 3 sessions and we are clean from all these toxic energies, we need to keep it clean. Like this man that I told you a couple of times. One day, he was my client. He was fascinated with the only session he had with me. The second time, he calls me, Carlos, the people in my church are making very hard the life of my wife. They are not treating her well. And I told him, did you ask for forgiveness to all the members of the church for the things you were doing? He was doing black magic. He said, no. And he asked me, can you do it for me? I said, no. You have to go and put your face and tell everyone, I am sorry for what I did. He hung up and he didn't come for the second session. A month later, he calls me and he says, Carlos, I'm going to Vegas. Can you do something so I can make a lot of money? I have the choice to tell him yes and be dishonest and make another $160. That's what he was paying me. And tell him the truth. I always tell the truth to my clients. And I knew I was going to lose that client. I don't care. I am helping him. I tell him, no, Reiki is not for that. And I had that text in my phone. Some other day I will show it to you. Guess what? He never came back. Because he doesn't want to do the homework. Okay. Now my heart. Rosie says, we don't have the mochila anymore and can make better decisions. Yes, Rosie, that's what it is. When we are carrying the backpack of all the toxic emotions, toxic things that happen in our life, whether we didn't know what we did or we did, that's heavy. And when we are with a heavy backpack, heavy load for all the things of life, from all these energy blockages, look at this. We cannot make the right decisions. This is exactly like we are running and running, we are tired. We cannot make the right decision in life. We need to be free. We need to be light. Rosie, what our client says when after a session? I know what you're going to say, but type it to see if we say the same thing. They feel light. They feel free. And then they make the right decisions. But we need to tell them, you need to do your homework every day, meditate every day. Today, I text a client, you have to do the things that makes you happy. And I says, are you interested in meditation? And she says, yes. You know, I know that you don't believe me, but I'm going to show you. What is her name? Oh gosh, I forgot her name. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. I will show you. No, it wasn't. It was the sister. Sandra Fontes. No. I know you Christine. Okay, here we go. Okay, here it is. Let's see if you can read. There says, me alegro. Oops. Anyway. Me alegro mucho. La mejor forma de desbloquear los chakras es no bloquearlos. Sé feliz, haz siempre lo que te haga feliz a ti. Si te interesa practicar meditación, avísame. So, this is the best way to judge what we are going to do. Hola, Judith. We need to make decisions that are good for us. If we are in a romantic relationship and we always do what the other person wants us to do, whether we are men or women or men, we are giving our power away. We have huge energy blockages here on the second chakra, on the third chakra. So, think if you are in that kind of relationship. It could be a friend, it could be your boss, your business partner, you are equal in a business, but you are always giving your power away. You always go to the restaurant that your friends wants you to go. You always do the things that your husband asks you to do, or you don't do the things that you want to do because your husband doesn't let you. So we always have to do the things that make us happy. If we are not hurting someone else, if we're in a relationship, we have to compromise. If you get married and your wife likes to dance, guess what? Learn how to dance. It's not that bad. You have to overcome the fear of dancing, like I overcame the fear of public speaking going to Toastmaster. And I used to take tango classes, and I wasn't dating anyone. Maybe I was taking tango classes just in case I date a woman who likes to tango. I don't know. But I stopped because I have better things to do right now. So, and if you get together with a man who likes to go hiking, nothing wrong with that. One Saturday you go hiking, no. One Saturday, the first is for the lady. You go dancing, and the next Saturday you go hiking. And the next week you go to Hawaii, that you can dance and hike. Marmura, how are you, girl? I miss you. We used to communicate a lot before. I'm going to ask you a big favor. You are always helping me. Share this video. It will help a lot of people. Thank you. All right, my friends, today is meditation day. Rosie, some clients say they are now, after the session, optimistic. Some clients say that they are optimistic and there is no place for negativity. It's true. Why they are optimistic? Because the energy blockages are not there. The energy blockages are the ones who make us go to this rabbit hole that make us think in a negative way all the time. When the energy blockages, thank you, Marmura. Do you know that we live very close? Maybe one day we have to meet with your husband and your kids. I live in Torrance, and I guess you will live somewhere there in PB. Anyway, we need to meditate today. Meditation. Hola, Anne. How are you? Meditation is the foundation of our happiness. And if you don't, you have to try. So today we are going to do meditation. Because today I invited people from my Healing Cancer in this Century, I need to see what happened in YouTube. Okay, Connie is here. Hola, Connie. Julie Figueroa, sorry, had keyboard trouble. Lol, I am in Florida. Hello, Julie, nice to have you here. Because I invited people from my Healing Cancer in this Century, there are people who are expecting the healing session. So, for those, only those who come from my Healing Cancer in this Century, but you can lay down, the instructions are there and experience the healing session. However, I strongly suggest you to participate in the meditation, because meditation is the foundation of our happiness. If we meditate, many things are going to start taking place without even trying. I want to see if I can find. Well, I don't use music, but today I will put it. All right. We are going to start the meditation. I'm going to put the music later. When we meditate, what happens with the techniques that I teach you, we move the energy up and down our spine. And on time, we can feel a strong energy going up and down our spine, and that is cleansing our energy blockages and energizing our chakras. When we do that, we start healing ourselves. I meditate for 42 years, since I was 18, and I never had a major health issue because of that. Most of the time I have taken the right decisions in life because I was cleaning all the energy cords, all the energy blockages for many, many years. All right, let's get down to business. And please try these very simple meditation techniques. We start with a prayer, and I'm going to start with the first part of the prayer because we need to. Meditation is the conscious contact. Let me record this part so I can make a video for those who. Meditation is the conscious contact with the divinity, with the spirit, with this healing energy. And those who have gotten there, they know it and they can attest that. So, because of that, we do a prayer. You pray from your heart in any way you want. And this is what I'm going to, part of my prayer. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, I come to Thee to sit at Thy feet of omnipresence, because God is omnipresent, to receive Thy blessings, Thy protection, Thy guidance. And then we take a deep breath and tense our whole body and relax. Deep breath and tension. And 3 more times. We do this to release excess of carbon dioxide from our lungs, from our system, so we can calm our breathing. That calms our heart and our mind. And then we lift our eyes gently to the spiritual eye, the Christ consciousness point between the eyebrows. In a gentle way, without forcing our eyes. And start watching our breath. What does it mean? Without forcing our breath, just watching our breath, being aware of our inhalation and exhalation. We're going to do this for a few minutes. You can concentrate on the nostrils. I like to concentrate on the middle of my chest, where the heart chakra is, because you have that feeling of love. And we watch how the air enters our lungs during the inhalation and how the air exits our lungs during the exhalation. Let's do it for a few minutes. As we practice, we are going to feel that our breath is slowing down. When the breath slows down, the mind calms, and the energy is retrieving from our body and being focused on the chakras along the spine. The spine is the altar of God in our body. Is the foundation, is the backbone of our soul. In this way, we are controlling, not controlling in a controlling way, but our energy. We withdraw the energy from our body and we feel our energy body. On time, we are aware of this peace and we don't feel our body anymore. Takes time, takes practice, but you can do it. The spine has to be straight without laying back on the chair. And now we are going to add to the eyes gently lift to the spiritual eye and watching our breath. We are going to add a mental chanting or mantra on the inhalation Hong, H-O-N-G, and on the exhalation So, S-A-W. So when we inhale, we mentally chant Hong, and when we exhale, So. That means I am him in Sanskrit. That is stating that we are part of God. When we inhale, we mentally say Hong, and when we exhale, So. And we do this for about 5-10 minutes. I'm going to put the music so you can.
Are vegans healthy? Are vegetarians healthy?
to practice the second part. We visualize, this is a Reiki meditation that I teach to all my students and is very healing. We visualize a white cloud of a bright energy on the top of our head, where the crown chakra is. And when we breathe in, we visualize that we are breathing through our crown chakra, and the energy, the white energy, enters through our crown chakra and goes down the spine, passing through the spiritual eye, the throat chakra or heart chakra, solar plexus, and goes to the second chakra. And while the inhalation remains, we are storing the energy that we are inhaling through our crown chakra in our second chakra. And we visualize that in our second chakra, right below the navel, there is a white light that is getting bigger and bigger while we are inhaling. When the inhalation stops naturally, we don't force the breath. We just let it go naturally. When the inhalation stops, we visualize that the energy stored in the second chakra fills up our whole body, every cell of our body, and we visualize that our whole body is white with a very bright light. And when we start exhaling naturally, we exhale that energy that permeates our whole body through all the pores of our cells, in all directions towards the infinite. One more time, we inhale this white energy through our crown chakra, goes down our spine and accumulates on the second chakra. When the inhalation ends, we transfer that energy accumulated on the second chakra to all the cells of our body. And we visualize that our body is full of light. And when we exhale from all the pores and through all the pores of our bodies, through all directions, to all directions towards the infinite. We're going to do this for the rest of the meditation. When we do that, we are cleansing our chakras from energy blockages. We are energizing our body with healing energy. anybody of your body is hurting, your back, your head, a leg, a joint, when we exhale, besides visualizing the energy flowing and exiting all the pores of our bodies, we pay a little more attention to that place that is hurting, for example, our back, and visualize the energy going through that place with pain. And on time, the pain will go away. We need to practice faithfully every day. in the Bible says nobody knows God. However, there is a way to know that we contact with God. And God is not a person. God is a higher power and is in a way a manifestation of God's energy. So when we practice these meditation techniques, we start feeling the peace, a peace that we have never felt in this world. A joy and love. And when we have that, we don't need anything else. It doesn't mean that we are going to go to the Himalayas or the middle of the forest, because we have to do something in this world, but we can do all the things from another perspective, and we are free. Sometimes I think that I talk about the negative things. It's not that I... Let's talk about the nice things of this subject. If we are in a relationship, we have to be free and we have to be happy. And I know that for most people this is a foreign idea, because we are not used to. We think that we are possessed, we are owned by somebody. However, ideally, any kind of relationship, a friend, family, business, romantic, has to... We need to feel that we are free and enjoy. If there is a friend coming to our home and we feel stressed because this person is coming, well, we have to make an inventory of our life. What is it that makes us feel stressed? If we are going to work and there is this person or boss that makes us feel very uncomfortable, like I've seen in a place I used to work, because the owner of that place was hitting on every woman who came into his office, and women were very uncomfortable. So that's a toxic business relationship. If we are coming back home and our heart is hurting because we are going to see a romantic partner and be unhappy, well, there is a sign that something is not right. This is why we always have to do what is best for us, doesn't hurt anybody, and makes everyone, well, not everyone, but make us happy, knowing that we are doing the best. Again, loyalty is the highest spiritual virtue. There is an organization that I learned from them. If we are in a way, in one aspect of our life, let's say financially, we don't take advantage of other people financially with money, or we don't steal, we are going to be like that on other aspect of our lives. A few months ago, I went to a lecture in the Self-Realization Fellowship Temple, and the monk has been in Italy. I talked about this before, and of course, Italian. And this is the way I wanted to start my program. We all humans live for love. We want to feel love. We want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy and feel love. Now, love doesn't mean sex. Love doesn't mean eating something. Love doesn't mean having something, jewelry, a new car, and clothes. Love means a feeling that we feel in the heart, maybe some in the solar plexus and up, in our head, in our spiritual life especially, and in the medulla oblongata. is an energy that is felt there. Love can be expressed on other ways. It's fine, as long as they are healthy. And I have a story for you. I don't know if the boss of the clinic I was working used to tell me. He used to travel giving presentations all over the world. And he told me, I know 2 doctors in this hospital in France. They were married, and somehow, in an amicable way, they are all friends, they switch wives. So this doctor got married with the wife of the other guy, but before they got separated, they did the things in the right way. And they are all happy. I found this fascinating. So, if we are having romantic, we are married, we are having romantic thoughts and feelings with a woman who is married, tell her, leave your husband, I leave my wife, in an amicable, honorable, with integrity way, in an honest way, and then we get together. I want to see how many men will accept that. Quizcake. Yes, and I have the designed this. For all those who speak Spanish, Rosie has her session tomorrow at 6:30. So we have to give a try to new things, to be happy. Like I told this client today, you always have to do the things that makes you happy. I tell my clients all the time, when we take an airplane and the steward, whatever, they show you how to use the oxygen mask, what did they say? You put the mask to yourself first and then help other people. Because if you try to help other people, you may faint because you don't have oxygen. In life, we need to nurture, feed, and clean our soul first when the day starts. Even if it's 5 minutes meditation, 15 is better. And ideally at night before going to sleep. Because if we feed our souls first, we are going to have the intuition to do better things, to take the right decisions in life. You do whatever is best for you. I have a friend that used to meditate at noon in his lunch hour. He meditated between half an hour and 1 hour. Sometimes he didn't eat. And he told me, I got to deep state of meditation. He has a minivan, so he has enough room to sit down and meditate there. Meditate at any time. But do these meditations that helps you to go deep and calm your breathing, your breath, and calm your mind. As always, I don't have questions. Let me see in YouTube. I don't have questions in YouTube either. All right, I went over, but I think it was a nice So Rosalia, you are with your husband. That's phenomenal. That's really phenomenal that you are together in this. If there is no question, again, Rosie's session is tomorrow at 6:30 in her Metamorphosis channel that I'm going to put here for those who don't know, but most of you know it, just in case. Hey. Facebook is changing my things here. Okay, I'm going to put the channel and we call it the day. here and in YouTube. And I will be back on Thursday with the same program, the same subject in Spanish. And I see you then. I love you all. And I want to share that today I feel so great. And the reason is I had some spiritual upgrade, but the real one. No this download that the people's fantasy and imagination. I have the real one. And of course I went to sleep early last night. Bye everybody. And Rosy says, see you all tomorrow. Te veo mañana, los veo mañana, dice Rosy. Bye bye. Hola Chela. All right, Julie, Connie, hola Connie. No questions, so I am finishing.